Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Welcome to the Know and Grow podcast. We're your hosts, Lucas Straffen
And Jonah Hoffmeyer.
Come along with us as we share about the generational work of God through story and conversation. Let's
Jump right into it. Welcome back to another episode, actually episode 10 of the Know and Grow podcast.
I thought last time was actually episode 10.
No, remember I misspoke and it was actually episode 9. Yeah, so this is actually episode 10. Lucas is here, of course.
As
Lucas,
always.
how we doing?
I'm great, man. We're busy here at the Hills, even though our retreats are done. So
yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. We do have a guest group here right now, so if there's just randomly yelling and screaming that goes past our door, we're recording in a little different setup because we've got a special guest today. We've got Josh Lucas. I'll let him introduce himself, but he's been chaplaining here for how long now? 7 years? 8 years?
8 summers and 2 or 3 retreats, so it's been a minute.
Jeez. So we'll this is going to be a story-centric podcast where we talk about the impact of camp and the impact that we've seen. But of course we can't do a podcast without our weekly Whatsup.
What's up?
So I'm sure Josh, you were familiar with what the weekly Whatsup is. So guest goes first. What have you been digging into in the Word, in a book that you've been reading, podcast, anything?
The things that I've really been diving into is renewing your mind. It's something that from Ligonier Ministry, something that
the podcast.
That my wife and I have been listening to and wanting to dive more into, and so she gets really excited and she texts me, "Did you listen to this new Ligonier renewing your mind?" And yeah, or no, I haven't.
Right.
And
I love the
so
classical music that plays
Yes,
at the beginning.
yeah.
It's so fun.
Actually, my wife found the original song for that, and she's like, "This is where it comes from." And I was like, "Sweet," because that's what I care about.
Listen, Josh Lucas loves his wife, okay?
Oh, I do.
This is sounding extremely sarcastic.
I like King Solomon love his wife status. Like Song of Solomon, that's me for my wife. But I also have a very weird sense of humor. It's my love language is making
your sense of humor.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. I've also been diving into a lot of theological stuff. Some things from Joel Beakey.
Nice.
And a lot of, well, obviously with renewing your mind, a lot of R.C. Sproul, and there was another book that I just read that was very interesting. It was called Woke Jesus.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this
by
one.
Miles. Should have remembered his name, but Miles something, and it was just about the attack of the woke culture on the church and
The fake Messiah destroying Christianity.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's by Lucas Miles.
Dude,
Miles. It's your first name.
I know.
It's your last name.
You think that I would know this, but I don't. Miles was the one that made me go, "Oh yes, that's his name."
That's crazy.
But yeah, so it was a very thought-provoking book, and you know how to counteract the culture that's infiltrating the church right now, and it's kind of an important thing to do right now.
So you hear, maybe you've heard this argument before, maybe you haven't. People would say, well, Jesus was pretty woke for his time. Like, he was pretty progressive. You know, he was XYZ. And they use that as an excuse to be, like, extremely progressive on issues.
Yeah.
So, is that kind of what the book talks about? Or give me a lowdown
if anything, it actually fights back against that. Because there's a chapter where he talks about that.
Sure.
And so, no, it's not about how Jesus was woke and how Jesus was this or that. It was actually about, you know, what Jesus was actually trying to teach and what he was, what his mission was and what he actually did on earth, and how that goes against the woke culture. So it's a really good. I would actually argue that it's more of an apologetics book than anything else.
Sure.
So
because it's essentially clarifying Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly, and
Right.
explaining how the woke culture is very anti-Jesus.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
But and it's a modern book. Like it, I can't remember when it was published, but there was COVID talk in there.
Sure.
So had to have
Sure.
been relatively recent.
Right.
Within the past 5 years, then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was good, and found it at Barnes and Noble.
Nice.
Never would have thought you'd find a book like that at Barnes and
Yeah,
Noble.
oh yeah, Barnes and Noble
Barnes-
has a great.
Do they?
Great
Okay.
Christian-
They really
Yeah.
do have a good selection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do a good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure. Did you read? Hold on, I just pulled it up because I just listened to it. Did you read How to Lead Your Family by Joel Beakey?
Yes. Well, we have a book table now at our church, and
Right.
and so we have a person that purchases books, and we just put it out there for everybody to read, and I help myself to that.
Naturally.
Naturally, of course.
I would
Like
too,
I
yeah.
get first dibs.
Yeah.
But one of them was, and it's a short
Yeah.
little
Real short.
booklet,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And I'm actually having to reread it again because it's just too good.
Yeah.
Like you cannot just read this once and
Right.
not go back.
There's
to
a
it.
lot. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot in it and into it. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that any man, father, whatever, grandfather even,
Right.
grab that book and
Right.
that little booklet.
Yeah. Something that really convicted me in that book is there's like a whole section in there is like, okay, like, you know, like you can say all that you want, like that you like love your wife and like you're excited to spend time with your life, but does she know that?
Right.
Like, are you expressing that, or are you showing more excitement in sports, in your ministry,
Yeah.
in going out to eat with your friends and the things that you're doing, right? Or is your wife being cherished
Right.
above all?
Right.
I was really convicted by that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You read all throughout Scripture, and we think, oh yeah, well, as long as I provide for my wife, or I make the money or make the bacon or whatever, bring home the bacon. I do. That's all I need to do. But that's not all that Scripture tells us to do.
Right.
That's why, like, I love reading. I talked about it already, but I love reading the book of Song of Solomon, because if you want to know how to treat your wife and how to treat your husband, read that book. I've used many passages from there on my anniversary cards.
Sure.
And it's good stuff.
Sure.
It's very good.
Yeah. I think a lot of people shy away from that book.
They do, and I don't know why.
Right.
It's
like,
just
it could almost be argued that book shied away more than Revelation.
right.
Which neither of those should be really shied away from.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe maybe it's because like the way that Solomon talks like doesn't seem like it should be in the Bible. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he's talking about
The navel?
Yeah. He's talking about being intoxicated by his wife.
Yes.
And yeah. Like, what?
Yep.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you, sir? Jesus never drank.
What do you make of the claim? There are plenty of people who say like everything in the Old Testament and everything in the Bible points to Jesus. So with Song of Solomon, how do you see that? Like, do you see that? Like, some people will claim that that's almost Jesus' word to the church. Like, do you see that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because I mean, you look at the quote unquote the passion of the Christ, you know, his crucifixion and everything that he did. He didn't just do that just because the Father told him to do that. It's because he loves his church that much. He loves his people that much. And so yeah, he's not probably like intoxicated by his church, but
his bride,
but he's passionate
Right.
about them, and he's gonna go through all these horrific things so that they could be saved and protected.
Sure.
You
Do you
know?
think the body parts that are mentioned in Song of Solomon are parts of the body of Christ?
What, like the breasts?
Yeah.
Being like two goats
The rolling
on a
hills.
hill
Yeah,
on
the
two
rolling
mountains.
hills. Yeah. Yes.
You could probably make the argument, but
Alright.
One is more.
that might be a
one is-
little bit of a stretch.
One is
but-
more attractive than the other.
That's right. Yeah.
We're married.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, Jonah.
High five.
Did you know he's engaged? Did you know that?
What?
Did you see that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see. Yeah, of course I did.
The weekly Whatsup is here.
That's right. Yeah. Jonah's finally growing up.
Is this the first
Shout out
podcast where I'm engaged? Or was I engaged last time we recorded?
Look.
Well,
because I got engaged on the 26th of October.
October 27th, it was launched.
Yeah, we recorded that day, the week before. And then I edited it that Monday.
Right.
Yeah, so this is technically the first podcast.
Wow. Huzzah indeed.
Yes.
Huzzah indeed. All right, Lucas, what have you been up? What's upping?
Right, back to the topic.
Right, back to the topic.
Yes.
I feel like I'm
I told you.
do that.
Circle back.
I'm gonna have to do that a lot this episode,
Yeah.
probably, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot has been going on. Just behind the scenes look at Grace and I's life was we moved, which was a pretty big deal for us. And in that moving process, some things took a back seat. One of those things was seminary for a time because I had to focus on moving, I had to focus on my wife and things like that, and that's an okay thing. But getting back into those kinds of things, I think one of the biggest things that I'm reading right now is R.C. Sproul's commentary on John. So, and I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but it's so good.
It is.
And I've taken it so I'm reading each section that the chapter is. So it's causing me to take a long time. And it's almost like becoming a little more real. You know what I mean? Just like in the slowness that you take it, and like just like the time that you take to kind of just meditate on it. Like, I've been reading the Bible for a very long time, and
One might say your whole life.
yeah, right. And there's an aspect where like I'm actually like starting to kind of like understand like, okay, this narrative is coming to a climax, and this narrative is a real narrative that actually happened and applies to life and everything toward life, and it applies to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. This is literally him being revealed to us, So that's really that's been really special and really cool.
Do you know about his series, the commentating series, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, like all of them? Do you know how he wrote that? Do you know how about it?
It's all those sermons, right?
It's sermons.
Yeah, it's sermons. Yeah.
So if you're preparing a sermon,
Right.
reading that commentary, you have illustrations in there.
Yep.
You have connections. You got all this stuff. So he's almost like using tools to help pastors to develop good sermons.
Right. And when I've been sermon prepping, like I'll ask questions that like pop up in because like just the way that R.C. Sproul like guides the commentary, it's been great.
It is.
It's so good.
It's so good stuff. Yeah. So I recommend that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a pastor, get his commentaries.
They're easy to read.
Yeah.
And like, unlike other, like I'm not saying that other commentaries are subpar because they're not, but like this one like really draws you in. Like it draws you in. You could just read it as a regular book.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife tried telling me the other day, she's like, "What book are you reading right now?" And I was like, "Oh, R.C. Sproul's commentary." She's like, "No, a book."
Right.
Like,
that's the one.
that's a book.
Yeah.
It's
Which one are you?
John. I read through John.
You just read through John.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. About a couple of months ago,
Okay.
we went through John 17, so the high priestly prayer.
Yeah.
And so I went through a lot.
Very cool.
A lot of there. Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of stuff there.
The Bible actually put like the whole like saving thing out of it. Pause on that a second. But the Bible as a narrative is the most well-written book, period.
Yeah.
End of story, narratively.
Right.
So like, yes, the Holy Spirit works through people to change their hearts, to like change them, right? Yes, he does do that. But the Bible as a narrative stands on its own.
Right.
Like in that way. According to world standards.
Sure,
just because of the way it's
sure.
written.
Sure.
Let me clarify.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
Say it.
No, this is going to cause us to go on another tangent.
Do it.
All right. So,
Repositions in chair.
listen. There are. I keep seeing like. I keep seeing people on online, of course. Where else do we see people, I guess, at this point in time? But, like, I think what's so interesting about the word is that there are so many people out there who are, like, this close to getting something. You know, like, they're so close to understanding it.
Yes.
They're so close to understanding that Jesus is Lord. They're so close to understand that yeah, he's God and he died for our sins, and they're so close to obtaining these truths. Like I think about Jordan Peterson.
That's my example too.
I don't know if he's saved or not. I don't know. I'm not going to make that judgment call. But like if he's not reading the Bible in the same way. Right. He doesn't have the help of the Holy Spirit in reading that. So I wonder so much just about that. I think okay, what is it like to read Scripture without the Holy Spirit?
Right.
Then it becomes a manual. Then it is a manual. That's all. Right. And you're the Holy Spirit is such a great helper in the way that He reveals so much truth through the Word. That without the Holy Spirit, those words mean nothing. I don't know.
And yet isn't he leading a show on interpreting the Bible?
Yeah,
Didn't he do one with Daily Wire or something?
So Daily Wire is an interesting breed in of I don't know religiously where they are. They have Ben Shapiro, who's Jewish. They have Michael Knowles, who is now he's Catholic, and then they have Matt Walsh, who is also Catholic now, apparently.
Catholic Christian,
Catholic. He toes the line, really weird.
Yeah.
And now they have a new one called Matt. Not Matt Pat, but Matt
Dangler?
No.
Shout out.
Shout out. They have a new one who's also Catholic. So the Catholics are taking over the Daily Wire is the joke. But Jordan Peterson, I've watched a lot of his content. He has a one I'm watching now called Foundations of Western Culture or something.
Oh, sure.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. He goes through Israel, Rome, and how they built the West. Foundations of the West. That's what it's called. But Jordan Peterson, I compare to Adam, that picture of Adam and God almost touching. Yeah. Jordan Peterson is that guy who's almost there, but he's not quite touching.
Yeah.
And I have his book, We Who Wrestle with God, and that's what he did. That's his I'm gonna say commentary on the Bible because I don't know what other word to use. Yeah. But he read the Bible and he's there's a lot of good stuff in here. Let's talk about it. So he's there, but he's not there. It seems like he's 95% there.
Right. And to bring it back to John, right? There are so many people who are just there.
Right.
So many people, and they just can't. There's some sort of block that is within them. That Jesus showed them over and over and over again who He was, right? Either by word or by His miracles. That's what the miracles were for. They weren't just to heal people. They were to show that Jesus was God, is God rather. Yeah. And they see all these things. They've read most of them probably read the Torah. There's a wall.
Yeah.
And that's the hardened heart that only the Holy Spirit can soften. And isn't that just so frustrating sometimes?
Oh, it is.
Because people people are just so close to understanding and you could say so close to believing, but the only thing that's going to get them over the hump is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And that is, I don't know, it's something I've been really thinking about lately. Because over and over again, some of the most repeated things in John is that I and the Father are one. I have come to do the Father's will. Right, so on and so forth. I am the Son of the Father. We're united in our deity and in our essence. But people just don't get it.
Yeah.
So many people didn't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus constantly says the term I am over and over again in the book of John, and yet that's how God introduces Himself to Moses. I am. And so it's just, you can't see the connections there?
Right.
Nope, sorry.
Right.
The Old Testament's not relevant.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Andy Stanley. Sorry.
And if I think about this specifically with people of the Jewish faith who are religiously Jewish and not actually Jewish. I listened to someone who's Jewish the other day. They talked about the Old Testament and about Moses and the burning bush, and they drew great connections of how that applies to faith. And I'm that was so good. Now apply that to the New Testament. You're 95% there, and it's so frustrating because you want their eyes to be open to that, but you can't force that, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
And that goes back to heart change. We talk about heart change a lot.
All the time.
So
Yeah.
Because then if we start forcing it and everything, then we're not Christian, we're Islam.
That's a different
Honestly.
thing.
No, it's
that's different.
That's
But absolutely.
That is what happened.
Yep.
I mean, church history 101. Like after what's his name? Constantine made Christianity legal. It became everybody became a novice and not knowing a dang thing.
Yeah.
Right, and then the Muslims come through. It was like, if you convert to Islam, I'm not going to kill you.
Right.
And they're like, okay.
I don't want to die.
Okay. Great. I'll do that. That's fine with me.
Right.
Because their faith wasn't deep. You know, like, because it wasn't real.
I know.
I haven't had a good theology talk like this in a while, if you guys haven't noticed.
Oh, that's all right.
I've had so many of these thoughts just ruminating in my mind.
Now they're just exploding out of your mouth. Oh, that's funny.
Well, to refocus, my weekly... Circling back.
Squirrel!
It's okay, that's going to happen a lot. So, I do this thing where I go to thrift stores and I look at the books and I look at the movies. I walked out of there with about 10 movies and one book. But the one book I walked out of with was a prayer book to help you guide you in prayer. It's called Seeking God's Face. I don't know the author. But all it does is it lays some scripture out for you, like a psalm first, and then you go through like something like Ecclesiastes, and then it tells you to read it slow or reflect. So you get what you get out is what you put in. So if you are taking your time with it, it's really good. And then it helps you with like knowing what to pray for. Here's some ideas of some things you could pray for today, world leaders, etc., etc. And then it also has a little scripted prayer at the end that reflects upon the scripture that you read. Kind of like the Daily Liturgy podcast, like the format in that way.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've actually really been enjoying on my on the road trip to work. So.
Phil Reinders, Senior Minister of the Knox Presbyterian Church in Toronto.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, it's not like it's controversial though, because you're not getting any commentaries. It's just putting the word.
Oh yeah, no, but for sure. I was just curious who was writing it.
Yeah.
So that's
you
what I
want to make sure you get the right one. You know, because what if somebody else wrote the same book?
Yeah.
And it's just bad.
Right.
Like, what if Joel Osteen wrote?
Yeah, you're right.
Wrote a prayer book like that?
Yeah, you're right. But
no offense.
Joel Osteen wouldn't put the Bible in there.
They're fine. I do mean offensive.
Yeah.
Don't listen to
Yeah, no.
Actually, let me retract that.
I retract my nice comment. So yeah, that's all that's new with me. Everything else I've talked about on this podcast, so we'll move on.
Did we talk about your engagement?
Oh yeah, that's right. You got engaged.
You got engaged, right? When was the last time you got engaged? When was that again?
This is my first time, actually.
This is your first time engagement?
Congratulations.
Wow,
Indeed.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hope it's the only one.
Are you guys pretty excited?
Jeez.
Wow.
Jeez,
What?
buddy.
Is that not a go for?
I was genuinely going to ask questions, and you just go right for the jugular. Wow.
Well, gee, I sure hope that marriage lasts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Your
rough.
fiance's going to listen to this and just go,
I don't think she
know
listens to this.
Well, you should tell her too.
I do.
Okay. Grace doesn't listen to our. Grace doesn't listen.
The retreat season till the end of the year is over. Lucas,
Huzzah.
how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel a lot of things. Makes me feel a lot of things more because it is my last retreat season functioning as a program director. So that makes me feel a lot of things.
Sure.
Yeah. I would say it was a pretty successful retreat season.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, for sure. Aside from Warrior and not happening, which is like fine.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world.
Things happen.
Middle school retreat was great. Camp Connection was great. Art of Parenting happened actually this year.
Yeah, recap that for us. What happened at Art of Marriage? Ooh, I was 2 podcasts in a row of saying it right.
Yeah.
Art of Parenting.
Art of Parenting, it's a video-based series where we go through Family Life's curriculum of Art of Parenting. And so we had, I think, 8 or so couples come out, and a single mom also came out. So we got to watch those together, and Steve and Shelley Meester came out and facilitated discussion. It was a great weekend of equipping. I think it was a great weekend of connection too. And yeah, we just pray that they're going home and they're able to use what they learned here and apply it. So, just like anything else that we do.
Yep. Camp Connection retreat also happened. We had 3 youth groups and about 6 individuals.
Something like that.
But it was really good. You can listen to the chaplain recordings on this feed. Just go back a few podcasts, and you can hear Josh Dykstra and the messages he brought. Really good stuff, really solid stuff. And that was
Josh Dykstra is the most even person when he's
Yes.
giving a message.
Yes.
Oh, really?
It's not up, it's not down, which is great. I think he's really.
Yeah, he does have some dynamic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. The dynamic doesn't come through the volume of his voice. It comes through his voice fluctuations.
Right. Right. And it comes from him like moving around and things
Yes.
like that too.
Yep. So you are missing the movement, obviously.
Yes.
Yep.
So just picture. So what you're saying is, when you're listening, just picture him moving from one end of the stage to the next, like constantly, like a clock.
He has a lot of this.
Yeah.
He has a lot of hand.
What is
hand
this?
motion.
A hand motion. Okay.
Yeah.
People who listen.
That was
can't
the
see
joke,
you.
Luke. Josh Lucas. Too many Lucases in this
Too
room
many
right now.
Lucases and too many-
Yeah.
And not enough Jonas. We need more Jonas in the world.
I had yesterday. Me and Caitlin went on a date, and we saw "Regretting
down?
You."
Wait,
What?
who's Caitlin?
Sorry, my fiance.
Oh!
We saw "Regretting You," and one of the main characters' names was Jonah, and it took me about half the movie to be fine with that because, like, Jonah is never in any film. Like, no one names their characters Jonah. Looking ahead, we've got the Single Moms Retreat coming up. We've already had 2 registrants, and it opened like an hour ago. So, taking a guess, it's going to be big again this year. I hope so. And then we also have our winter retreat in February, the 13th through 15th, I believe, if I'm recalling those dates off the top
Something
of my
like
head.
that, yeah.
4 through 6.
Registration's open.
Registration is open
Woot
for both
woot.
of those things, so get signed up for the proper retreat, please.
LOL.
Don't sign your children up for the Single Moms Retreat.
You actually won't be able to.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh,
You
okay.
cannot. Yeah.
You must be at least 18 years or older.
Yeah, there's some safeguards there.
Yeah, alright, good.
Thank you, Camp Brain. All right. So I sent you guys an article. Did you read this article, Josh Lucas?
I took notes on this article.
Okay. Oh boy. All right.
Well, I
so
wanted to make sure I
I'm
had
so
all
I'm
my
so
info.
glad. Listen, I'm used to people being like, I didn't actually read it, which is fine.
Well, those people are wrong.
So this is an article by Christianity Today. This was not a shot at Lucas. That was not intentional. And the title from Christianity Today is "A New Jesus Horror Movie Wallows in Affliction." Now, the red flag for me
There was only one.
was the fact that the first red flag.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
The first one I saw was an image of just Nicolas Cage, and I'm just like,
I love Nicholas.
red
I do
flag.
too.
I
I
do
think
not.
it's
You don't like
No.
it? Why?
He's just Nicolas. He doesn't act any different in any movie. Put side by side stills of him in each movie. He doesn't look any different. You don't know what
Exactly.
character he's playing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of that
It's
man.
just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he's the only actor out there that can do that.
Yep.
At least for now.
No, another one is what's the apartments.com guy?
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum is also just Jeff Goldblum.
That's
and
true.
everything.
Well, he's
so
just
like
weird.
but he's
Nick Cage
funny.
is weird too.
All right.
But
Here's the thing.
But he's like the good root.
Jeff
Good
Goldblum
weird.
is funny. What is Nicolas Cage isn't like funny in
Get
that
out.
same way.
he is funny.
Get out.
I
can you say that?
standing on this one.
How can you say that?
Have you seen National Treasure?
Yeah!
Okay, you've got one movie.
One
movie.
One
There's
and
two.
two?
There's two. He's
Right, you got 2 movies. How many has that man starred in?
a lot.
Ghost Rider.
Exactly.
Have you seen
Ghost Rider, that was a pretty funny movie.
Okay, that one was interesting. Not the point. I'm sorry. Not the point of this article.
You ever seen The Family Man? He was phenomenal in that.
So, basically, this is a horror movie about Jesus' younger years. To give you just a brief, it's an R-rated horror film, Josh Lucas, you took notes. Give us your notes. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's just stupid as well. I mean, that's no other. There's no other way to put it. It's Hollywood trying to capitalize on The Chosen and the success that The Chosen has had. Because I really do think that faith-based films are starting to make a comeback. I mean, even though there's still theological problems with most of them, but there's still fun entertainment to go watch with your family. But I think.
Except for facing the Giants. Facing the Giants is like...
Well, yeah, of course.
That's like the ultimate one.
That's the classic.
There's nothing wrong with it
right.
at all.
There's nothing wrong with it. No. Not the...
Your very best, Brock!
Theologically correct.
Yeah. An old man stands up from his wheelchair and... For those of you who couldn't see, Lucas just reenacted that for us, and it was glorious.
Mr. Childers.
That's right.
Touchdown, Jesus.
Can I help you? I'm standing for my son. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. No, it's just, yeah, it's utter nonsense is what it is. And people are going to go watch it because they want to be scared. Because, well, ultimately, at least from what I gathered, yeah, the focus is technically on Jesus and actually really Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It seemed like Joseph was going to be the main guy because that's who Nick Cage plays, right?
Yep.
And how can Nick Cage not be the main guy?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I think that's in his contract.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be in your movie unless I'm the guy.
Right.
But I don't know. Like one of the things that I read that just made me go like, well, okay, this is going to be a problem. Was like apparently Satan is represented as a female.
Yeah, as a little girl.
Yeah, and
yeah, culturally that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So how are they going to get away with that? Feminists are going to lose their minds with that one. The Shack tried doing this. With God. Did you ever see The Shack? Did you read it?
Yeah,
okay.
That movie was weird.
It was, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we watched it at church, and I was like, what is happening?
Like, is the
technically,
Shack technically heretical? Because, like...
Yes, 100%.
Because it's displaying, like, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And, like, there's,
like how God interacted with this guy, with the main guy. In different ways, and one of them was a female.
Right.
Because... in the book and in the movie, it was like, because you need a mother right now. That's how she talked.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, you need a mother right now, not a father. And I was like, no.
That's not how that works.
That's not how it works.
No.
Yeah. But actually, so when I first saw that movie, I've only seen it one time, but the professor that showed it to me said, okay, you got to look past all the theological stuff and just watch the movie. And I was like, okay, if you gotta tell me that, I want to watch it.
Life is theology.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I don't know if they're trying to go with like women inclusion or like
by displaying Satan with it.
Yeah, like well, because Satan is always male and everything, and we're empowering women by making Satan female.
I mean,
yeah. but I don't know. I don't know if we can make that jump right now, though. Right. I don't know if we can jump onto that. I think that they're just like maybe they're displaying the aspect of like the way that Satan sometimes appears innocent.
Right.
And sometimes he appears like yeah. I mean, in that way, or like not saying that like he like literally physically appeared on Earth because that didn't happen. That does not happen.
Right.
But there's I think there's an element of them maybe trying to communicate that kind of thing, maybe. So.
Like, yeah, executing also on, like, The Conjuring, the popularity of The Conjuring series and, like, all that stuff,
I'm torn on
whether
I agree with all of your points. But it's kind of like...
Here it goes.
No, listen, I would have to see it. I would have to see it.
Why would you want to watch this?
Because it's utterly ridiculous.
So?
Right, you're gonna go watch that. And you're gonna come out believing the Gospel of Thomas is canon.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's
a problem.
That's the problem.
That's
the big problem right there. That's blasphemy.
Do you know one of the craziest things that's in the Gospel of, or I even hate calling it the Gospel of Thomas, but you know what's one of the craziest things there? Yeah. You know what's in there?
Him being burned at the stake?
Well, that too. But no, Jesus and Mary Magdalene are having a conversation, and Jesus basically tells Mary Magdalene, you have to be male to be saved. Oh. Like, you are damned because you're female.
Oh.
That's in the Gospel of Thomas. Like, who wrote this nonsense?
Apparently Thomas.
Apparently
supposedly Thomas.
I had somebody in my youth group try to tell me that Jesus had a kid, and I was like, "Where'd you hear that?" And they're like, "TikTok." I'm like, "No."
Yeah. Well,
no.
That ruined your argument. The TikTok. Yeah.
Okay, so let's.
That's the problem, though.
Let's hear out Jonah.
Okay,
let's hear
so
him out. Okay.
I've talked to Lucas about this many a times. Looking for biblical truth in places where it seems it's not. I, as a person, feel like I'm able to engage with certain cultural things and not have it lead me astray from what I know is true.
Sure.
And I think this would be under that premise. I could watch it and be like, well, that's incorrect, that's incorrect, that's incorrect. But I do... The one thing I kind of like about the dynamic is the idea of Joseph and Jesus and what was that relationship like. That is an interesting thought point to me. So I'm not saying that this movie, like, wow, we should go watch it. Everyone should go see it. I'm just thinking about the different questions it raises is an interesting thought point. That's all I'm saying. Like the dynamic between Joseph and Jesus, the idea that Jesus as a kid probably was tempted. And he probably, those things were a reality. So, like, it's, I don't know, blasphemy, I don't know. Is it unbiblical? Yes. But it raises some interesting questions that I think are worth thinking about. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, you're wrong. And here's why. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hit me. I don't care.
I'm kidding. No. No, I think one of the dangers also with it, and because I hear what you're saying, because I don't like The Chosen. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I like the quality of it, but I have family members that enjoy watching it. So like, I'm not going to be a stickler when it comes to that. But yeah, I go into it going like, okay, yeah, this isn't true. This didn't happen. Well,
right.
It's an interesting, like, the interpretation of what this would look like, but no. Anyway, one of the things that I did read that is like an actually big issue that people need to be aware of is that apparently there's a scene where Joseph grabs Jesus by the ear or something and like has to issue discipline to Jesus because Jesus misbehaved. Well, that's a problem because if he misbehaved, then he's not honoring his father and his mother, and therefore he's not sinless and did not live a perfect and sinless life.
That's heresy.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I think that's a big problem that could lead people astray with this. Right. And so I don't know.
And here's what I think about too. I think about a lot of like, okay, whether you want to call it a revival or not. In the United States right now, Christianity, like at least cultural Christianity, is on the upswing, right? That means that there's a lot of if there's true conversions happening, that means there's a lot of baby Christians coming out, right? There's a lot of newborns who aren't ready for spiritual meat; they need spiritual milk. They go watch this movie, they're gonna believe it's true.
Yeah,
they're gonna believe it's true.
Yeah,
because like look at TikTok. Like, TikTok has that exact same influence. So
sure.
That's where I worry about it.
Sure.
Because people don't have Jonah. You are in the top maybe 10 percentile of people who claim themselves to be Christians because you read your Bible every day.
Right.
Right. 90% of the rest of the Christians in this country don't read their Bible every day.
So this is just something I wrestle with, and I've wrestled with since I've been studying film through college. Is the solution to try to change the industry? Or is the solution to try to change people and the way they think? I think it's a mix of both. There's a healthy mix of both that has to happen. But to go in and want to change only the industry to make it so Christians aren't led astray is not realistic. To go into a church and to make people change the way they think completely and not fall into sin because of these things is not realistic. There has to be a partnership between those two things. So it's like, where is that balance, and how do we do that? Teaching people to engage with the culture appropriately. It's an interesting thought. I'll link this article down below. It's an interesting read. I think he ultimately comes to the same conclusion. Is just like, just no. But in the end, we need to feel that the story connects to the biblical Jesus somehow, and it portrays him as the Messiah we love. The Carpenter's Son does not do that. So,
which is the movie title.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the to the meat of this episode.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah. So let's start with how we got connected with Inspiration Hills. How we first started with you, Josh. Lucas, like working with us during the summers. Lucas, if that's like our summer camp experiences or how we got to work here, whatever that means for us.
Yeah.
So.
So I actually got connected here because many years ago when I first started out at First Year Reformed Sibley, Inspiration Hills offered a pastor's retreat, I think it was, in October, and I never heard of Inspiration Hills before that. And so when I came out here, Christy, who was Paul's mom at the time, she was the program director, and she, one of the big things that she started promoting was summer camp, and said, oh, but we also need chaplains. So then her and I had a conversation, and then I just decided to come out and do it for one summer, and then fell in love with camp, fell in love with the atmosphere and what you guys have been doing, and then through all of the changes and I don't know if adaptations is the right word, but how you guys have adapted to different challenges and stuff over the years, and things have grown here. It's just made me want to come back every year, and the relationships that I've developed as well, that plays into it.
Yeah, that's definitely a factor.
Darn tootin'.
That's right. Yeah.
Lucas?
Well, I came to camp as a small child. When I was 6 years old, I came to day camp, and I think I missed like 1 or 2 summers of actual summer camp, but I went through the whole program, the whole shebang, day camp all the way up through ships. So camp has always been a part of my life, even when 1,600 miles separated camp and myself when I moved to New York. I moved to New York when I was 17 years old, and I came back for one summer, my last summer as Chips, and that was a really great transformative time. And then throughout my college years, where I went to college in New York, I would keep coming back for the summers, and that's when Josh and I met. Mm-hmm. So it's always been so influential on my faith walk. And we after I graduated in 2021, I served my last summer on summer staff as CHIPS coordinator, and then I went back and did some youth directing at the church up in Canajoharie, New York, and then I got the call from Paige, and she was like, "You want a job?" I'm like, "Yeah." It wasn't that easy of a call, but it was.
Oh, I'm sure it
was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the way I explain how I got here to people depends on my audience, but in this case, it's like so I went to camp 7th and 8th grade year. I was a wilderness guy through and through, and I had always brought a friend with me, so that was a big factor. I was able to go with. I think my first year I went with someone from my church named Jamin, and then I brought 2 other friends that next year. And had a lot of fun. But then I wanted to just start doing high school camp, but I couldn't get a friend to go with me. So or high school camp, Chips.
Interesting.
But I couldn't get a friend to go with me, so I just never did. But then I would work during the summers on the farm, of course. But then I would also help with VBS at my church. And something that Premgar churches do is they all have their VBS together. So Igna Mokaboji would come in, and they would have their traveling day camp just for a week, do the VBS. And at the end of every week, I think for like 3 years in a row, they would look at me and they'd say, "You've got to be a summer staffer at a camp. Like, you could totally do this. Like, you're social, you're gifted." I didn't think anything of it. I just thought they were saying that to be nice. But when it came to, I just got my first year, I was just wrapping up my first year of college. I was like, what do I want to do for the summer? Like, this is the first time I've had freedom to be able to like choose a job I want to do, and dive into that. So camp came to mind first, and so I looked into Ignum, of course, because of the VBS stuff, and then I looked here because of coming here as a camper.
Yeah,
sure. So I applied here first. I didn't even apply to Okoboji. I just applied here, see what it was like. It was closer. And I was offered the job after the interview on the spot. And I was like, all right, well, that seems to be what I'm supposed to do. So I did it. And so here we are 5 years later. All right, so that's how we all got involved in Inspiration Hills. So, Josh Lucas, we'll start with you. Have you seen... I know the answer is yes. So what have you seen for impact on yourself, but also for the campers that you're able to minister to when you come?
Oh, well, one of the greatest things that I get to see for myself is that when I come to camp, I'm excited and I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to teach and hang out and minister and stuff. And then when I leave, I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I feel like ready for a nap. But
Naturally,
but I'm like I feel spiritually refreshed. I feel that I am I don't know. I just feel really connected to God when I leave here. And I know a lot of people tend to think like, oh, you go on a conference and you're teaching or you're doing this with your youth group or you do this or that. You come home and you're just tired. You're exhausted. You just want to do nothing and sit on the couch or do whatever it is that you want to do. But for me, when I come here and I pour into kids, I pour into the counselors, I pour into the staff. It's like the Holy Spirit is like giving it back to me.
Right.
Like
right,
it's kind of weird, but it's I don't know. I just feel spiritually renewed every time that I come here, whether it be for a retreat or for camp, summer camp. And I really truly believe it's because I actually dedicate myself to doing the full work of the ministry here. I don't just, there were a couple of times where I had church members that were like, oh, well, enjoy your vacation. And I was like, bro, this ain't a vacation. Like it's gonna be relaxing in some respects, but no, I do not view it as
it ain't no vacation.
A vacation.
No way.
No. It's work, and I've had the great privilege of leading some campers to Christ here. I've prayed and have helped and led through many counselors here as well, and constantly all throughout the Northwest Iowa region, and even sometimes in Sioux Falls. But I go to conferences or I go to other places where there's youth, and at least one time I hear Josh Lucas. And I'm like, what?
And it's always the full name. It's always the full name.
Yeah. I never get called by just Josh. It drives my wife nuts when we're here, and it's
Dude, it feels wrong. I'm sorry, it just feels wrong.
Josh Lucas is one of those names where you have to
that's
say
right.
Wolf. Yeah.
It's like the Pope. You gotta call him Father. You can't call him Francis, or you can't call him John or whatever his name is now.
It's Leo.
Leo, yeah, there you go. And it's like Father, yeah.
Padre,
yeah. But no, this is just, I can't oversell Inspiration Hills enough. Whether it be to bring your kids here or to come and to work. I actually had a conversation with a student last night that was debating whether to come as support staff.
Oh!
And I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what to do or not do, but you should.
I'll tell you what you absolutely should do.
Yeah. But it's because I know what this place is capable of doing. It's not a guarantee because it's what you put into it.
Yeah.
It's how
and it's how God works.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is a very, very solid, safe, and spiritual place for people to come to and bring their kids to. I think even I don't know all of the chaplains specifically and personally, but knowing how you guys have a pretty good vetting process with chaplains and everything, I think it's very safe to say that you can guarantee that the chaplains that are here will present biblical truth to your kids, and it's not just, you're not going to hear any wonky hoodly doodly stuff.
The most we'll probably say is like we should live in communes, but
right.
Oh, gee, not a Holy Post reference. Oh, gee.
Yeah. Well, and it's, and actually, you guys probably don't know this. Actually, I don't think you do. This place actually has helped me even with my pride. Because I've grown so in love with this place that I always go, well, I'm available. Why can't I chaplain?
What about me?
What about me? I'm here. I'm available. And I always have to go back to, no, Josh, what does God want? And you're not as important as you think you are. And it's like, all right then.
Yeah. Right. Part of the magic of Josh Lucas is that you are just here for a week or two. There's absolute truth to that. And I mean, I would have to piggyback. Like this place helps you with your pride a lot. It humbles you. Because you watch a. Just coming up through the ranks, I guess. Counseling, coordinating, so on and so forth. Assistant program director. The more removed that I have gotten from the campers, the more humbling it's been, because I think to myself, I can do this.
Right.
Step aside, counselor. I've got this. You know what I mean? And then I'm not able to do it. And then 5 seconds later, the counselor does it. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Right. And it's because the way that God is using them. And there's the aspect of why aren't I doing that, Lord? When you are in a different way, right? It's just not the exact same way that you think. So,
Lucas, same question to you. Have you seen the impact on campers and yourself?
Sure. Well, on myself, Inspiration Hills is such a huge piece of my testimony, and God has used this place to transform my faith, and He's also used this place to transform what I actually believe. And to unveil truth and to shine light into the darkness, and there's a lot to that, and we could talk for a long, long time about that. In fact, I will. I'm just kidding.
In fact, buckle up, guys.
But it's a lot. It's impacted me just as a whole person, personally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, professionally. Right, all aspects of life. Inspiration Hills has impacted me so much, and I feel like I'm a better man because of the time here. I feel like I'm a better leader. I'm certainly a more devoted Christian. I certainly know, I'm much more convinced of the truth than I once was. The list is endless, and it's hard to not go into so many details. But I think one of the biggest things is Inspiration Hills has opened up the door for a lot of relationships for me. Most notably, my wife.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So Grace and I met here, so that's been
shout out.
That's huge, but also meeting so many other people through this place, like Josh and you too, Jonah. It's an impactful place, and God brings so many people from different walks of life to this very spot to interact in a very specific moment.
Yeah.
That can change the trajectory of one's life and create lifelong bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood. And I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful what God does here. And I see that for myself, and I see that for campers. And after 8 summers, and this is you too, Josh. We've gotten to see people grow up. And that's a huge blessing. We have a front row seat to how God works here.
Yeah, I think back to 2021 when the theme
Baby Jonah.
Baby Jonah is real. Scroll back on the Instagram and find Baby Jonah. He's crazy. But I looked at Josh. I looked like I was 10 10 years old.
I'd give you at least 12.
Okay, well, still, my point still stands. I looked like a child. I could have been one of the campers.
You still look young.
Thank you. Okay, but I don't look like a camper. I don't look like a camper.
Yeah.
I don't look like a camper anymore.
That's
is
true.
what I'm saying.
You're right.
This is true.
Yeah, the unkempt beard right now is kind of helping.
Yeah, you should shave your head. Both of you should shave your head.
No shot, Josh. No shot. I've done it.
Come on, let's
Someone
do it.
donates $1 million to camp, I'll do it.
Okay, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here. Next donation of $1 million, Lucas and Jonah are shaving their heads.
If we get our gym built in 2 years, I'll do it.
Right of the ribbon cutting of the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry.
I think back to 2021 though, when like the theme was be renewed in the spirit of your mind. That was such like, I don't believe in irony or coincidences, right? But like that was definitely the theme that was needed for the staff at the time, and I was included in that. Another question I have, which I'm going to answer this question too, and then I'll push it to you guys, is how has camp changed your view of ministry? I think back to like what I thought ministry was before that, before I started like doing it myself. I was like, oh, it's like going to a different country. It's like all these like basic things you hear people like say, and like it is all those things too, right? It is those things, but the nitty gritty of ministry is Lucas just grittied, and I'm sorry I lost it. The nitty gritty of what ministry actually is, and the detail that's provided, and the people that make it like work. I think I was more humbled by the fact that like, yeah, one person or one like group of people can't just do it. One department couldn't run Inspiration Hills, right? We need all those departments, right? We need Heather at housekeeping. We need April in the kitchen doing food. Like even as like programs took on marketing, I realized like, wow, like that's a whole lot to add to three people's plate. Like, and we do it, it's fine, but like, imagine adding D&G projects to it too. So like, I would say we're a medium-sized camp of like in scale, but like when we went to 3CA, there are camps that are the B&G. They are the program director. They are the lawn mowers. Like they're all of the things. Yeah. Granted, sure, maybe they don't have 200 acres to take care of, but that's still like even on a micro scale.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's a lot to take on
for sure.
So, how has camp changed the way you guys have viewed ministry?
Yeah, I think similar to what you were saying about like just the people. Like, yeah, you like. I'll echo what you say. Like, one person can't do it alone, but even like with the team that serve, like, you know, we don't have it all together. You know what I mean? And so much of it is just relying on God, and so much of it like when things hit the fan and you're just like, I don't know what to do. You know, like. That is the perfect moment where you get to be in great fellowship and in suffering together and great fellowship with the Holy Spirit to depend on Him, and I think that's huge, and that really changed my perception because like my dad's a pastor, you know, and like I don't know if I ever like outright said I thought he was like perfect and did it perfectly because you know that someone is flawed, of course, but like. There's a recognition of like when you're in it and you're like I had this thought the other day because during Art of Parenting because I was just taking a walk around campus and I haven't been able to do that in a while because I moved, but like just reflecting like I don't deserve to be here. You know what I mean? Like there's like throughout all my life like I like the struggle of sin is real, you know, and God chooses to use sinful and broken people for His redemptive glory. And that is a privilege, and it's not because of anything that we could ever do. It's because of what He does, and He gives us the call to do this. You know, we didn't earn it. That's not how that works. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't think it's really changed the way I view ministry. I think what it's done is it's revealed to me how important. Would you guys consider this a parachurch?
Yeah, it's a parachurch
ministry.
Parachurch ministry. Yeah.
Just how important these things really are. Because you have youth group, you have your VBS, you have all these things a part of the local church, and they're really really important. But then it's like especially with the way people do church around here, is that it's on a school year basis. Mm-hmm. So a lot of youth groups take summers off, which is honestly a foreign concept to me, because I grew up, you never stopped. But anyway, I'm not here to debate that. But it is a reality around here that people take youth group summer off.
Yep.
And so you got 3 months of no active youth group, no active Sunday school or any of that. So what are you doing? And this is a great place and a great tool that God has blessed this community and this state with, by offering it to anybody who wants to come. And I say anyone, because yes, you guys have your standards of belief, you have your standards of, you do not accept people's sin, but you do welcome everyone to come here and to hear the gospel. Mm-hmm. And I have seen campers that come here that, at least on the surface, it's like, are you saved? Because they're wearing stuff, the way they talk, the way they, and then they say things, sometimes they're like, yeah, I don't know if I believe in God. Mm-hmm. I don't know if but you're here,
right?
And it's an amazing thing.
Right. And as hard as it can be, like, I want those people more than I want the everydays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Both of them have their place for sure. But
right.
If somebody's struggling, like, I want them here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'd rather have them here than in any other place.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I've had a lot of meaningful conversations and discussions with people here, even with Journey Camp, and that's, oh man, that was an eye opener for me. Mm-hmm. Just how much a camp like this is needed for those types of kids.
The idea of a parachurch ministry is another topic I did want to talk about in a future podcast, but we're kind of there. So
we'll introduce it now.
We can briefly.
We can talk about it now.
Like
I thought that's what we were going to go with. If I'm going to be honest, I thought that was the topic.
Right.
I mean, we're just talking about the impact of camp was kind of the topic idea.
We'll record this and do part 1, part 2.
Yeah, I told Josh, I was like, we're going to be talking about church relations. So
listen.
Great. That's a broad topic.
Great, we can talk about that. That's fine. But something I've been thinking about too is like the importance of a parachurch ministry, because we had our Camp Connection retreat this past season, this past week or two ago, and I had a meeting with these youth group leaders, and they were just talking about all the things that they were dealing with and they were struggling with, and one of the youth leaders told me, they're like, listen, we enjoy coming here because we get refreshed. Our kids are overjoyed to come here because they just love this place. Sure, maybe they like it for the games, maybe they like it for the activities we provide, but still, our heart, yes, we want to do those things well, but that our main focus is spiritual.
Right.
We're focused on them spiritually, right? And the youth group leaders felt that. And I think the kids feel it, even if they're not able to articulate why they feel that way. Right. But the importance of, I'm going to say trampolining, someone's faith. Change of, what's the saying? Change of place,
yep.
Change of perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And so we are that change of place, pace, and perspective. So that can almost trampoline someone's faith, where they become more involved in their church. Mm-hmm. They become more involved with their community. And, that's part of our goal too, right? Is helping bounce someone to help their local community.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and I think that's another important thing to do, and that's actually, so I'm going to give people an insight onto how I do chaplaining.
Okay, great.
Is that even a word?
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Chaplaining?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. I type it out all the time.
Yeah.
Big red underlines this is the word. Too bad.
That's right.
Yeah, it is. I'm chaplaining.
It is one now. I follow, when you guys, set out the theme and everything, and you guys send out chaplain packets, when you eventually get them. Anyway,
subtle dig. All right, I dig it.
And you guys give a beautiful outline of, the direction that you guys want it to go. These are the big things we want you to hit home in. Not to say like, oh, you have to talk about this, but you want to stick to the theme. But one of the things that I do is I want to set it up for kids to, know that they are sinners, know that there is a God who cares about them, know that they have a creator, he does exist and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then gospel, but then Thursday chapel is one of my favorite chapels. Obviously, Commitment Chapel is my absolute favorite. # best.
Gospel night.
Whatever, yeah. But Thursday chapel is one of my favorites because that is fundamentally what I like to call the now what chapel.
Yeah.
And basically what it is where do I go from here? Like I came to this camp, I had this great experience, I'm connected with Jesus, I have all this stuff, but now what do I do when I go home? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I push is you need to be involved in the church. Mm-hmm. You need to go to church. You need to go to a youth group. You need to get connected with churches. This is not the only thing that you do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're just going to camp, yeah, it's good, but it's not going to fix everything you have in your life. You need to be involved in the church, and the church needs to be involved with camp as well. That's why I think churches should support, should send, and if it's not Inspiration Hills, it needs to be somewhere else. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to send your kids to Inspiration Hills. You're crazy.
Yeah, we're very pro camp here. Like, if you don't come to Inspiration Hills, fine, go somewhere else. That's good.
Right.
As long as you're at a camp, I don't care.
But yeah. So it's almost like nails on a chalkboard when I'm like, oh, are you a Christian? Oh, I go to church every Sunday. That's not what I asked you.
Right.
Like going to camp doesn't automatically make you saved. Right. Going to camp does not automatically make you a Christian. It's one of the tools. It's important. It's nice. It's good.
God uses it in great ways.
Yeah. But you need the church. You need all these other things as well.
I mean, one of the things we're seeing culturally is like this idea that we can do things on our own. Right. It's like I can be independent. I can do X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. So this idea of like when you said like people are like, yeah, I go to church. When you ask them, are you a Christian?
Right.
Like they equate. That's them equating works with a belief. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So the idea that we were built for community is becoming like a lost skill, which is kind of crazy for me to say out loud, but we're losing this idea that we do need a community, right? And Inspiration Hills, yes, is a community, but that's not the only community that people should be plugging into.
Right. We are not the church. We are not.
And we don't strive to be either. That's not our goal.
No.
Like, we're not striving to be a church replacement.
Yeah. I like that better than to say you're not the church.
Yeah,
because you're a part of it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. We are Big C Church.
There
are churches present. Yeah. What did you say?
We are not.
We are.
I don't know. It's on recording.
We're in supplement.
You're a part of church ministry.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
We're supplemental.
Yeah.
We're a supplemental ministry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're not. Yeah.
We're not a church replacement.
We're not a body unto ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, so if we toss around the term parachurch ministry, that's what we're referring to, is like working with the church. We are not the little C church. We're part of the Big C church. Yeah. Right. Okay. So any other, Josh, Lucas, anything else that you like had written down that you wanted to talk about in regards to church relations, in regards to impact of camp? Oh boy, he's smiling and laughing.
No, it's like there's so much.
Yeah,
I mean,
there is. It's a broad topic.
There's not enough time in in one podcast to do this. Well, I think one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about and just to get out there was the chaplain side of things. I think that it's vitally important that youth pastors specifically, but that pastors get involved with this. I mean, I don't know if you guys have a difference of opinion on
Absolutely
this
not.
or okay.
Nope. We're doing it all in house.
But it's so important to develop your network and your connections and stuff with just camp ministry in general. So I just want to encourage all the youth pastors in the area, all the pastors in the area, that if you haven't been a chaplain here, you need to. I would actually love the vision and the eventual part of going, oh, I need to lock in my date now to get chaplain, or else then I'm not going to be able to chaplain. Mm-hmm. Like, I want it to be so popular and so that you have to like lock it in January, or else then you're not going to do it. Because right now it's like, hey, you know what's still open? Oh, we got so and so and so and so and so open, and okay, great. And it's not a lack of anything you guys are doing. It's just I think there's like this fear of, well, is it part of my job description? Does it fit in this? And I've argued from the day I started doing it that this is part of the community, and it's also just part of the ministry. Because you may end up with kids that come to camp here that are in your town that you don't even know, and they don't go to church or anything, and it's like, oh, yeah, you were the chaplain at Inspiration Hills. Yeah, I was. What church do you go to? Oh, I go to First Reformed. I live in Sibley and I don't go to church. Okay, yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah.
So,
based on real events.
We talked about this at 3CA actually this past fall. It was
Christian Camp and Conference Association.
Yes, sorry.
Fellow fellowship.
And one of the things that our speaker said was like, establish. He's a pastor himself, and he's like, if you have a camper who's like, all right, I don't go to church, I don't know how to get connected. Like, camps need to help be a resource to point them in the right direction, right? So we need to establish our connections on our end to help point those people who are in your communities that are coming to us and then need somewhere to go out. So like, if they come here, they're also established. We're a tool in their back pocket that's I hope going to help feed their community as well.
And that is where I come in.
Lucas wants the angelic music right now. His hands are wide open.
Glory to God in the highest.
This is what I'm doing. This is part of my role.
Yes,
for sure. And I'm so excited for it. And it's absolutely I have a couple dreams in this church relation piece.
Joseph.
Of my job.
I was gonna say Martin Luther King, but yeah, that was even better.
No, but like, number one, like I want camp to be like a revolving door for ministry leaders. Right. I want ministry leaders to feel like they can come down here anytime that they want and just rest and take time away. Maybe plan for the next sermons. Maybe to have a random conversation with James and I and just shooting the breeze, and if that's what they find refreshing, great. I want this place to be a revolving door for ministry leaders and ministries. And like that's something that I guess I'm kind of pursuing. And another thing is like I want to be able to help the churches in this area to understand who's come, like you will have been saying, like who's been coming from their church and what they've learned and how you can help them continue to grow, because like we have them for a week, we're going to do our best during the week to prepare them for what's next, right? We're not the end all be all, and that I think that's a huge thing. And then of course, we want to connect people who like don't have a church home to a church body when they go back home.
An unfortunate truth is there's a lot of burnout in ministry. I was talking to youth leaders at Camp Connection. I've said that like 3 times this podcast, but they're like, dude, the last person's job that I had was like, they were here 3 months and they left. The last person was 6 months, they left. Like, why is the burnout rate so high? And I think part of it too is like, they aren't taking care of themselves. Like ministry leaders don't know how to take care of themselves sometimes. I find myself not knowing, like, I'm supposed to be the guy who has all the answers, you know what I mean? Like, a camper comes up to me, why did Jesus have to die? And I have to be the guy who has to answer that. But then I'm sitting here just like, all right, what do I do? You know, like,
Yeah.
what am I doing for my faith?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's part of Inspiration Hills, I think, as a tool to like help with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like self-care, but like you need Jesus too.
Oh, it is.
As a minister, like you need Jesus too.
It's spiritual formation in ministry.
Jesus did it.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
Jesus did it constantly.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, because I think another problem too is that the local church doesn't know how to treat youth pastors. You know, they view them as
Cogs in a wheel.
pretty much, nincompoops that here, go babysit the kids for a little bit. Yeah, do some fundraisers maybe and take them on some trips every once in a while, but you're not a leader, you're not this or that. We don't view you as anything, so we're just going to pay you nickels and dimes and all that. But the pastor, we're going to pay the pastor. We're going to take care of the pastor, but and that needs to change too. It needs to understand that when youth pastors act like nincompoops or whatever, it's not because they're immature weirdos. Some of them are, but
Lick peanut butter from my belly.
Yes, exactly. Yes, lick peanut butter from my belly button because Jesus died and the tomb was empty.
Jesus died for that.
That's right.
Sorry, squirrel.
No, it did happen. That's and it's.
What are you talking about?
You haven't heard about that?
Is it?
That's an actual thing.
Yeah, it was an actual thing.
Yeah,
don't ask me who it was or where it was, but yeah.
That was I was referencing something that actually happened.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue your point.
Yeah, no, exactly.
What? Like, are we just like? Are the youth directors just like not being equipped like to like know what's good and what's bad in those circumstances and the boundaries?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so like I don't know, the local church just needs to understand that that this stuff is serious and you're dealing with children. Like children do not respond the same way as adults would to adult stuff.
Right.
Like children need camp.
Yep.
Children need and I say this with quotation marks, the entertainment aspect. Like they need the games. They need stuff. That's not the main focus, but
that's how you build a relationship.
That's how you build the relationships. Yeah, like when we bring our high schoolers here for a private retreat that we do ourselves. We've done 2 of them so far, and every time that we have came back, we're just so much stronger together,
right.
and we build ultimate great relationships with the kids. But there are people in the church that just go, well, that's not for me. And that has to stop.
Yeah. And I think something else that like kind of to your point, like I think that's something else that like we want to be a resource of. Like we want to be a resource for those churches, not only these youth groups, but churches as a whole. We've got a couple of churches that come out and do like campouts, and like same thing. Like they come and they bond, and they get united, and there's fellowship, and there's great things, and it's outside of a Sunday, right? And that's I think that's so important for a community to do that. So it's that change, pace, place, and perspective thing again.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot more we could get into, and I feel like we kind of just like scratched the surface of some of these things. But I do think some of our audience hasn't really thought about this maybe deeply as we have.
Right.
So I think
shout out summer staff. Hi.
I think this is a great introduction into the world of ministry and just thinking about those relationships that need to happen. So moving on to podcast panel. If you want your questions answered on the podcast, you can email Jonah at inspirationhills.org or Lucas at inspirationhills.org.
Do we have one this week?
Not from somebody. I just came up with another one again this week.
Your Mount Rushmore one was really good.
Thank you. This one is not going to be that deep because I figured our main discussion would be pretty deep. So this one's kind of shallow, but that's okay. Give me your favorite 3 snacks from our canteen this past summer. I don't know if you can.
Sour Punch straws.
Lucas loves those darn Sour Punch straws.
Airheads bites, those mini things, and the classic purple Skittles.
You just love die.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like what's the theme there.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of that, my favorite story of camp comes from my daughter.
Oh,
my 6-year-old daughter.
Oh,
So
JoJo,
we try. Yeah, shout out to JoJo. We try our very best to limit dyes and all that stuff in our house.
Of course.
And when we came to camp, it was one of the. Actually, it was the year that the flood happened.
Oh, so it was
yeah.
before she was a camper.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so everything was basically inside.
Yeah.
That whole week.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the canteen was out in the dining hall, and JoJo walks up to the table, and I felt so bad. I wish I remember who the girl was, but I don't. She just walks up. Oh, hey JoJo, what do you want from the canteen? And JoJo just goes, do the M&Ms have dyes in them? And she just, I don't know. Let me see.
Was it Danny?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
She was working games.
That was-
yeah. And oh my goodness. And she's like, oh yes it does. I can't have that. And I was like, honey, we're at Inspiration Hills. We're at camp. Like it's okay.
Everything goes.
But yeah. Anyway, okay. So
That's funny.
3 favorite snacks.
Yeah, 3's a lot.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not that many.
Yeah.
The ice cream sandwiches.
Oh yeah, the big
Oh,
boppies.
Big
Yeah,
Big
big
Love
Boppies.
Big Boppies.
Claire Boppy.
Yeah. Big Boppies. I'm trying to think of everything that's there.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There is. There's just so much
Takis
to
is up
choose
there
from.
too.
Yeah.
Takis
Takis
is
is up
pretty
there.
I'd probably just have to say like a Three Musketeer bar.
Really?
Just I don't know, just like chocolatey goodness.
Sure.
It's like
Above the Musketeers.
yeah, it's right. You know, it's just
I'd get on that train.
yeah, like it's yeah. This is gonna sound really weird, but it just smacks when you're in the canteen and you're at camp and you're just I need some nacho cheese and chips, you know, like
Yeah.
I just I don't know. It's
We had a lot of that left over, and so what I
Yeah. Really?
did is I took that nacho cheese and I
Yeah.
took one of the salsas
Yeah,
and I mixed them,
together.
and I had
oh
Yeah. It's
Wow.
good.
finito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
so that was 3, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't counting. Mine's actually Snickers. I'm a big Snickers guy.
You're not even hungry.
Yeah.
I do like Three Musketeers. I do like the other chocolate bars, but something about a Snickers doesn't make me feel bleh afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's just good, pristine. Gummy worms. I love a good gummy worms.
Yeah.
And then this past summer we had like Twix bites.
Oh,
They're like-
did?
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. They're just little Twixes in like little pocket, like they're like Hot Pockets, but like really small.
Hot pocket.
So those would be my 3, and honorable mention would be a Peace Tea. Gotta love it, or a bubbler. We had bubbler this summer.
We did. Yeah, we
Good.
did.
Those are 2 honorable
Good
mentions
poll.
for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I have a question here for Josh Lucas, since he's chaplained with us for 8 summers. What's been your favorite theme?
Oh no!
What's been your favorite theme to teach?
Oh come on! You can't ask that. Oh boy. Oh man, I had to try to think of all of them, but honestly, the one that really comes to mind was probably the Armor of God one.
Wield the sword.
Wield the
here.
Yeah,
sword.
Wield the Sword. There it is. Yeah. But it actually wasn't a theme for summer camp. It was actually
A retreat thing?
It was a retreat.
Was it Quiathesia?
It was stand.
Oh!
Yeah.
You like that one?
I did. I really did. Only because I got to come up with my own acronym.
LOL.
What was it?
He doesn't remember.
There was 5 letters. Yeah. But no, I mean oh my goodness, every year, every summer, it's just, they're so good. I think there was only one that I could think of where I was just like, wait, what? But it was like the first summer that I did it and I didn't know what I was doing.
Did it be the light?
Yeah. It just felt very basic.
Sure.
You know, just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just like everything else. You know, now it's like really creative and such. So,
Thanks, we take it from the Bible.
What's that?
Thanks, we take it from the Bible.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We cite our sources.
Living water.
Yes, living water. Yeah. That one was pretty fun too.
I liked the living water theme. That was a lot of fun.
I think logo-wise, that's probably my favorite logo.
Really?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who will dispute that.
Really?
Oh yeah, they think it looks too busy.
Well, they're wrong.
Fair enough.
It's the orange and blue for me.
Yeah, I think it's
a good combo.
It is a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And water is blue.
I really like this year's theme. This year's theme was a lot of fun for me.
This last
Yeah, Christ is the same.
Yeah, Christ is the same. Yesterday,
Yeah.
That, and I really actually liked that one because I mean all of them have like theologically sound topics and everything, but it seemed like this one was just so theologically rich. You know what I mean? Like
it's the immutability of God.
Yeah, exactly. And so it just got to play around.
Because I'm continuing in seminary.
I could tell.
Yeah.
And actually, honestly, that's a comment that I've gotten from people at church. Is like, so who's running this thing now? Oh, Lucas Straffen. Is he in school? It's like, yeah, he's in seminary, and they're like, yeah, we can tell. Because you're getting Greek words. You're a lot of theological stuff. Yeah, it's just, you don't really see that a lot at summer camps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Josh, Lucas, I almost just said Josh.
It's all right.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you coming in and providing your insight. And
of course. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. We should do it again sometime.
Yeah, hour 40 minutes.
That's right.
It'll probably be an hour and a half by the time we're done. But
Jeez.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Know and Grow podcast. Be sure to leave a rating and review on your podcatcher app. Word of mouth is the most effective way to share about the podcast, so be sure to recommend it to a friend. Our podcast can be found on all podcasting platforms, including YouTube. If you have any other direct feedback for us here, or if you have a question that you would like answered, you can email jonah@inspirationhills.org or lucas@inspirationhills.org. Remember, the more you know, the more you grow, and sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Thanks for listening.